The core four of networking. Networking is an essential skill in both business and personal development. In the core four of networking segment, I break down the key practices for building strong, lasting relationships. Do you know what the core four is? Have you ever heard of them? They're right there on the screen. But if you haven't, here's a short clip that'll get you up to speed. What's up? I'm here with Al to give you guys another networking tip. We've given you 3 so far, and today we're going to give you a 4th. But before we do, let's recap. What's the first thing they got to do, Al?
Show up.
You got to be present and accounted for. What's the second thing?
Be yourself.
You be you, your authentic self, because nobody likes fake people. Not a good look. What's number 3?
Pay attention.
You got to do some active listening. You got to know what's going on. You don't want to stare into somebody's eyes and nod your head thinking about what you got to say next. Pay attention. And now that the recap's done, I think the 4th one's the most important. What do you think, Al?
Oh yeah, there's no point in doing all 3 if you don't do the 4th.
That's right. So why is the 4th so important now?
Because the fortune's in the FU.
What do you mean?
Fortune's in the follow-up.
Ah, that's right. Follow up. Don't have a conversation with somebody, take their business card, and then do nothing. Follow up. Speaking of following up, if you guys would like to hear more networking tips from Al and myself, comment more or yes, please underneath this video. And Al, what are we going to do after they make that comment?
Follow up.
Haha, that's right. See you guys later. I'll be breaking down the core 4 1 week at a time. Week 1, show up. Why simply being present can open doors to success. Week 2, be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. Week 3 is all about paying attention, the importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. Week 4, follow up, how to maintain and grow relationships beyond the first meeting. What's the most significant networking hurdle you've faced and how did you tackle it? Or are you still working on it? Let me know. Please share your biggest networking challenges and how you've addressed them in the comments below. In addition to exploring the core 4 of networking, this segment also showcases local members of the networking organizations I'm affiliated with, as well as other businesses and professionals in my network. I'll also provide insights on local networking events that I attend. This Monday is week 2, so today's topic is be yourself. Authenticity is the key to forming genuine connections. I'm Jason Harris, unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston, aka Coach Fit Pro J, your diet-free fat loss specialist. Today, I'm keeping it real. No guests, no script, just me sharing a bit of my journey. How I went from exotic birds to barbells, from 305 pounds to coaching fitness and closing commercial deals. You'll hear the why behind it all, and maybe even figure out why I started calling myself that title. Drop your comments and drop your guesses in the comments. Let's get into it. In an effort to be authentic and help connect with you, the audience, tonight, I thought I'd share a little bit about myself and answer the questions of why and how I got into the fitness business and commercial real estate. My name is Jason Harris, and I'm unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston. Does anyone know why I started calling myself that? Let me know in the comments if you do know. First, a little bit about myself. For those of you who don't know, I'm 47 years old, 48 next month, and I was born and raised up on the North Shore of Massachusetts in Lynn. Lynn, the city of sin. You don't go out the way you came in. It was really like that. Way back in 1999, I was 22 years old and moved to South Florida. That's when I fell in love with tropical plants and palm trees. My first experience with commercial real estate was back in 2001, signing the commercial lease to my exotic bird shop in Pembroke Pines, Florida. It was called Bird Planet. We sold colorful, loud exotic birds, all the big ones, the toys, the food, the cages, and provided wing trimming and nail clipping services as well. Even had a nursery of baby birds in the back. People in the store could watch them being hand fed. And at the time, I even owned 3 parrots as well that brought back and forth from home to the store. And that's a different story. Anyhow, my second experience with commercial real estate was years later, in late 2022, when we sold Bird Planet and had to reassign the 3-year lease to the new owner. Taking care of living things is a 365-day-a-year job, and good help that you could trust is hard to find, and it was too much. So we sold it. After selling Bird Planet, I decided to get my Florida real estate license and my mortgage broker license too, right after that, and moved about 2.5 hours north to Sebastian, Florida. For those of you that don't know where Sebastian, Florida is, maybe you know where Vero Beach, Florida is. It's just the next town north on the East Coast. In February of 2003, at the age of 26, that's when I started my 5-year career in residential real estate down in South Florida. So what does any of this have to do with why I started calling myself unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston? I'll get there, I promise. You're going to get some. Let's fast forward about 4 years to 2007. What were you doing in 2007? Take a moment. Think about it. And please share in the comments. What were you doing in 2007? Talk about a throwback. I was 30 years old. 4 years into my residential real estate career, and about a year or year and a half or so into starting up my landscape renovation installation business, Tropical Islandscapes Incorporated. Told you I was in those tropical plants, so I had to make a business out of it, right? I'm pinpointing this place and time because it's when I was at my heaviest, about 305 pounds with a 46, 48-inch waistline, depending on where you put the belt on my gut, right? When I looked down, I couldn't see my feet. Needless to say, I did what was required and made the necessary changes to become fit. It took me just over a year, and my own transformation made such an impression on me. It impacted my life in so many ways, in a positive way, of course, that I wanted to help others do the same. That's why I got into the fitness business. I wasn't always fit. I've had to successfully navigate the journey of fat loss and genuinely love to help others do the same. It actually pains me to see people needlessly struggle and fail while on their journey. That's the why. As far as the how goes, I got the opportunity to do some nutrition coaching and manage the personal training department of an Anytime Fitness franchise over in Sebastian. The gym was opened up by a real estate broker and his son that I used to do a lot of deals with. His son was actually on SWAT. I used to train with him, and the dad was a retired sheriff out of Georgia, but old real estate broker. I used to do a lot of deals with. They ended up opening up an Anytime Fitness, and I ended up going over there doing some nutrition coaching and managing the personal training department. That's how I got in there. And now, the how and why about commercial real estate. How did I get into commercial real estate, and why commercial versus residential? Ever since my real estate career ended back in 2008, I always had the intention to get back into real estate in some capacity. A few years ago, back in 2021, an opportunity presented itself at the right time. When I joined Toastmasters, they assigned me a mentor to help guide me through the basics of how to get the most out of my experience. My mentor happened to be Angela Nuss of J. Nuss Realty Group, a commercial real estate brokerage and consulting firm just south of Boston in Braintree, Massachusetts. After a couple of months of mentoring in Toastmasters, I asked Angela if she would consider bringing me into the firm. I had a Zoom meeting with J. Nuss, and things went very well. The next thing I know, I got my Massachusetts real estate license and started with the firm in November of 2021, about 3 years, a little over 3 years ago now. In a nutshell, that's how it happened. Why commercial versus residential? Well, there are 3 reasons why. The first reason, That's the opportunity that presented itself. 2, I love the unique challenges of commercial real estate versus residential. Of course, I found that out once I got into it. And 3, this is probably one of the biggest, I couldn't pass up the opportunity of having such a kind-hearted, experienced, seasoned mentor like Jay Nuss. The guy's unbelievable. I call him the Yoda of commercial real estate. A big part of commercial real estate is networking. After attending a year's worth of networking events representing Jay Nuss Realty Group, I noticed a pattern. At just about every event that I went to, there was always 2 or more people that mentioned something to me about being fit. Wow, this guy is no stranger to working out. Look at this guy's arms and shoulders. Why are you standing like that? Are you somebody's bodyguard? The things people have said to me, man, I'm telling you. I was already looking for a way to combine real estate and fitness into my brand, so I decided to take advantage of what everybody else was seeing and brand myself as such. And that's why I started calling myself unofficially the fittest commercial real estate professional south of Boston. You guys heard it here. Hey, you're on mute. You're on mute. Oh, that's my story. The why, the how, and the real reason I'm proud to rep both fitness and commercial real estate. If you're someone who's out there grinding in your body, your business, or both, know that change is possible. I've lived it. I help others do it. If you found this real, raw, or relatable, hit that like button, drop a comment, or share it with someone who needs to hear it. All right. Next Monday is week 3. So the topic will be pay attention, the importance of active listening and being fully engaged with others. Until then, show up, be yourself, pay attention, and most of all, follow up. If you've got a story to share and you want to be a guest on the show, reach out. I'd love to have you on. Seriously, let's do this. And if you catch me at a networking event, don't hesitate to pull me aside and let's